Welcome to Craig's Gun Channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look how you field strip the new KelTec P50 for cleaning and maintenance. Let's get started. And of course, before working on any firearm, you want to make sure it is free and clear of all ammunition. Now, on the KelTec P50, this is our ejection port right here, and through that port, if you pull the charging handle back and pull the bolt back out of the way, you can see into the chamber area, make sure it's clear, and you can also see the top of the magazine to see if the magazine is also free and clear. So go ahead and pull that back and we can see. Down in there and see that the chamber is free and clear, and you can also see that the magazine itself is free and clear. So we'll go ahead and open it up. Now the hammer goes over the locking bar on the upper receiver, so to open it up you do have to have the hammer cocked back. Now just by checking that bolt, that cocked the hammer so it is out of the way. However, if it was not in the cocked position, you would need to pull that back to lock the hammer back. At that point, you can pull the latch down here. This is the little beaver tail, or also the latch that holds, locks that down. You just pull that down, that unlocks it on the inside, so now you can lift the upper receiver up. Now at this point you have access to the magazine, so we'll take that out. These hooks right here, that's what locks on to the locking bar right there. And the hammer is right here. And that's actually also why if the hammer was forward, it would actually go over that locking bar, and that's why you have to have that hammer cocked back. So as far as access to everything, once it's open up like this, you have access to everything to wipe it down and clean it up. This is as far as you would need to disassemble it. So you have access to everything to wipe it all down. On the upper, these are our recoil springs and guide rods. There is our bolt right there. And this entire assembly actually lifts out. There's the barrel that runs down the middle. That's the charging handle right here. This little assembly right here latches onto this block right here, which is attached to the barrel. That actually is also then attached to the upper receiver and locates the rear of the barrel in relation to the upper receiver. So to remove the recoil rod assembly and the bolt assembly, it's all one unit, and it all is all self-contained as well, so it makes it nice and easy to work on. We just need to simply pull that down, and then you can lift the whole assembly up. So just pull it back, and then lift up, and it all lifts out as a unit. At this point, you have full access to the outside of the barrel to do any cleaning that you need. The latch assembly and the charging handle can be removed for more access. You have access to the breech end of the barrel to clean it out. This is as far as you would need to disassemble this for routine cleaning and maintenance for the upper and the lower. So we'll go ahead and take a look at are bolt assembly and recoil rod assembly. This is all one unit. The recoil springs travel on these rods that are inside the springs, and as you can see here, they just travel in that, and they're retained. Split ring. Don't know if you'll be able to see that really. But they're just little split rings there. So you could pop those off if you ever needed to replace a recoil spring. So basically, the way this works, this block here attaches to the barrel. And when the weapon is fired, the recoil will pull the bolt back. This block is rigidly attached to the barrel, so it would stay in place. The bolt would pull back, and then that would compress the springs. The springs themselves are retained on both sides in these blocks by those little split rings, and those could be removed if you would ever need to replace the recoil spring. The design itself, though, it's a very simple design. It's all self-contained and pretty easy to work on. If you would need to access the firing pin for any reason, there's two screws right here. You'd simply remove those screws, and then this top cover would come off, allowing you access to the firing pin and the extractor and all those parts that are internal here. There's a roll pin right here, which retains the ejector. It's a plunger ejector right there. And, really, there's no disassembly required. Just get access to everything to clean it out. So reassembly is just the reverse order. Put your charging handle back in place. There are a couple little recesses right here that those recoil rods go into. And then at that point, you make sure your bolt is behind the barrel, and you would pull this block here forward, and those rods will go into those recesses and compress the spring slightly. So then you could push the block down, and it locks into place. And we are reassembled.